They told us the internet would set us free. So why are governments fighting to control it now? Is banning TikTok really about safety? Or is it the beginning of the end for an open internet? Let's talk about it. Welcome to TVAI, where global stories meet critical questions. Today, we unpack a headline that seems simple, but may reshape the internet forever. The US wants TikTok gone, or at least under American control. But is this really about protecting users? Or is this digital colonialism in disguise? For decades, the internet has been sold to the world as a borderless platform for free speech, innovation, and connection. A place where ideas rise based on merit, not geography. But that illusion is now cracking fast. TikTok, a platform born in China and now embedded in the daily lives of millions of Americans, is at the center of this collapse. The US government claims national security is at risk, pointing to concerns that China could access user data or manipulate algorithms. In response, American lawmakers are pushing to force ByteDance to sell TikTok to US-based buyers. But here's the question we should all be asking. Why now? Is it truly about national security, or is it about setting a global precedent? One where only the platforms that serve US interests are allowed to grow? When Facebook was caught in the Cambridge Analytica scandal, did Congress demand it be sold? When Twitter, now X, became a political battleground, was there a movement to force divestment? Why is TikTok, specifically, being treated as an existential threat? Some say it's because TikTok is too powerful, too influential, and it's not owned by an American company. Others argue that its algorithm, arguably one of the most addictive in the world, has outcompeted Silicon Valley's giants. Meta, YouTube, Snapchat. All have tried to replicate it. All have failed to match its virality. So is this about keeping Americans safe, or making sure American companies win? What's unique about TikTok is not just its algorithm, but its ability to shape culture. Music trends, political conversations, fashion, comedy, and even news. Many now start on TikTok. Its cultural power goes far beyond entertainment. It's become a stage where marginalized voices find reach, where movements go viral, and where Gen Z builds its worldview. This makes TikTok more than just an app. It's a digital battleground. And the US government is not the only one paying attention. Around the globe, governments are rethinking their digital policies. India already banned TikTok in 2020, citing similar concerns. The European Union has launched investigations. Australia is tightening its regulations. But none of these countries have gone as far as the United States in forcing a sale. The move by the US could set a precedent for a new era of digital protectionism, an internet no longer shaped by free market competition, but by government-approved platforms. And this has huge implications, not just for TikTok, but for the future of online expression. Let's not forget the economic dimension. Behind the political rhetoric lies a major economic incentive. TikTok is valued at tens of billions of dollars. Its ad revenue is rising fast. American companies like Oracle, Microsoft, and investment firms are lining up, not out of fear, but out of opportunity. Owning TikTok means owning data, influence, and access to a highly engaged global audience. ByteDance, on the other hand, is caught in a political storm. It has denied allegations of data misuse. It insists it operates independently from the Chinese government. Yet, perception often matters more than reality in geopolitics. To make matters worse, the Chinese government has made it clear. TikTok's algorithm is not for sale. That's the heart of the platform. The engine that knows what you want before you even know it. Without it, a new US-owned TikTok may become a shell of its former self. Which raises a practical question. If the soul of the platform can't be transferred, is this forced sale really a solution? And what about the users? Over 150 million Americans use TikTok. Many rely on it for income, education, or community. What happens to them if the app disappears or transforms into something entirely different? Content creators, especially young ones, feel like pawns in a geopolitical chess match. They built careers, businesses, and voices on this platform. But now, they're left watching helplessly as governments debate their digital future. Meanwhile, TikTok is also being used to push back. Creators are making videos, launching petitions, and urging their followers to contact Congress. In this case, the users are not passive consumers. They're fighting for a platform they helped build. Some politicians argue that even if TikTok is sold, regulations must follow. They want tighter control over all social media platforms. But here's the danger. In the name of regulation, are we opening the door to censorship? It's a delicate line. Protecting user privacy is important. So is national security. But when those goals come at the cost of freedom, innovation, and competition, we have to ask, who benefits? This isn't just about TikTok anymore. It's about who gets to shape the digital world we all live in. Whether platforms remain global or become tools of national influence. Whether our feeds are curated by companies or by governments. We've entered a new phase in the evolution of the internet. One where platforms aren't just tools, but battlegrounds. Where the question isn't just what are we watching, but who's watching us? And who controls what we see? If the US succeeds in forcing a sale, it won't be the end. Other countries will follow. And soon, we may find ourselves in a fractured internet, where each nation enforces its own rules, filters, and firewalls. A far cry from the free, open web we once imagined. The story of TikTok is a warning. About power. About control. And about the price we may pay for security. So let's ask again. Is banning TikTok truly about safety? Or is it the start of something far more dangerous? And let's not forget the ripple effects this will have across the tech industry. If a global app like TikTok can be targeted, what stops governments from going after other platforms that don't align with their politics? Will Spotify be next if it hosts controversial podcasts? Will YouTube face scrutiny for hosting foreign content creators critical of certain policies? The precedent being set here is monumental and dangerous. Maybe the question isn't, should TikTok be banned? Maybe it's, how do we protect both national security and global connection? Because if we lose one for the sake of the other, we may wake up in a world where the internet is no longer ours. So before we cheer or panic, we must pause. Who truly benefits from this decision? Who gains control? And who loses voice? What do you think? Are we defending democracy or dismantling digital freedom? Let us know in the comments. We want your take. Hit like if this opened your eyes, and subscribe to TVAI for more deep dives into the stories that shape our future. Until next time, stay aware, stay curious.